Staying overseas, let's head to the Dominican Republic, where the death toll has climbed to at least 221 people after that devastating roof collapse at the Jet Set nightclub on Tuesday. Well, now officials say their search and rescue operation has officially become a recovery mission. Cranes are on the scene, removing remains of the club piece by piece. More than 180 survivors have since been rescued, but the community anticipates an even higher death toll as they continue to sift through that rubble. NBC News correspondent George Solis is following this for us. George, I want you first just to catch us up on the recovery efforts. It's always a grim milestone when we go from search and rescue to search and recovery. What is the latest on the investigation into how all of this happened in the first place?
Yeah, Morgan, the investigation's still very much underway. Rescuers and officials there spending 53 hours on the ground continuously trying to find people there throughout all of that rubble. Of course, the devastation so rampant there, as we've seen in those harrowing images there. Officials working and giving updates, providing those death toll numbers, again, saying 189 people were able to be saved from that rubble. Today, we actually saw, in a moment of just powerful emotion, one of the head rescuers there announcing how difficult this has been, how taxing it has been for all of the people there on the ground. I'm quoting here from a presser he held a little earlier today saying, "Thank you, God, because today we conclude the most difficult work in my 20 years as the head of COE. And I take blame because each time I saw a family member claim their missing loved one, it filled us with helplessness, knowing that people were still trapped and we were not able to get to them." And he's crying through most of this, Morgan. He says, thank you from the bottom of my heart to all the agencies and authorities. And again, this is all still ongoing as they work to figure out how this tragedy unfolded, Morgan.
But I guess, George, two questions. One, how many people were actually inside the club at the time of the collapse? Not necessarily how many died or how many survived, but how many were just physically present?
That is a number that has been in flux. There are some numbers circulating out there, but it is so hard at this particular moment in the investigation to actually know, as officials have not fully declared how many people. We know this is a large nightclub. It's one of the most popular nightclubs in Santo Domingo. So we know that there was a lot of people there, as we know that very popular singer Rudy Perez, whose funeral is actually today happening as we speak, drew a lot of people to the club at that hour. So again, we are still working to get those hard numbers. But again, as you mentioned, that death toll, unfortunately, keeps climbing.
Yeah, it's unfortunately still a fluid situation. You mentioned the death of Mr. Perez. What about the others? What else do we know about the victims?
Yeah, we know we had a local mayor there from one of the towns, Nelcy Cruz there, governor, excuse me. And then you also had two former MLB players right there, Tony Cabrera and Octavio Dotel, among the dead. Obviously, high-profile names among the dead. We're also hearing from the State Department that it appears one American citizen may have also been among the dead as well. We are working to confirm those details. Again, just a harrowing picture there when you learn and are just starting to see some of those names and victims come forward, Morgan.
Yeah, it's really heartbreaking. George Solis, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.